Hello, YouTube. It's your man BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger YouTube channel and the turbo turn up time. Let's go. Turbo, turbo, turbo. Shout out to all the turbo revolutionaries. We here, we back. And this is the turbo rewind. So we're going to go over all the turbo news of the day. Trying to give you a recap of what happened today and get ready for tomorrow. So again, this is a test. This is a TBS, a Turbo Broadcast System test. You see here, this is a test. We are testing Turbo Day, September 6th. Don't forget about Turbo Day. Get ready to have a pretty big turbo experience. It's turbo turn up time. Let's go. Let's go. It's turbo turn up time. Remember, turbo, turbo, turbo. Shout out to the Turbo Revolution, the Turbo Toad Army, the Turbo Toad Warriors, and Turbo Turn Up. Let's go. Turbo Turn Time. Let's go. So this is a bet with the goat, win Lambo. So you saying win the currency, or are you saying when we hit the Lambos? So either way it go, don't forget about Turbo Turn Up Day. What's up, Turbo Mania? So let's check out the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page real quick. So don't forget to sign up for the Twitter. And this is Alethium is up 4%. It definitely will be over $4 soon. This is that Ice River Miner, the AL0. I did a unboxing. I'll have it up tomorrow. Got to edit it and then put it up. And this is another. Just picked up my second Ice River AL0. Okay. This is more about lithium. So this is Turbo. Let's go Binance. The people want to see Turbo spot listed. Are you ready for it? We will make a wonderful ride. This is the beginning of the Turbo Revolution, Turbo Toad Turn Up. Just trying to rebuild my community. What's up, Turbo Mania? So this is Turbo's everywhere on his road to $1. And is that a nickel? What is this? I was looking at that earlier. What is that? Okay. I don't even know what that is. Let me know what kind of coin you think that is. Fighting red candles till death. We trust you, Turbo. And keep that sword swinging, player. So this is Hibania. Turbo Toe Tuggen community is eager to see Turbo on your platform. We won't stop advocating for a spot listing. We know you see the enthusiasm and the energy behind our token. We're confident that a listing is just around the corner. Let's make it happen. So I don't know. I think we're pushing kind of hard on the Binance. I think Binance is going to wait until the coin pumps. Shout out to Mike the investor. I think we're going to wait till it pumps, and once it pumps, then they're going to list it, right? They want to get as much bang for the buck as they can, right? What's up, P? Hello, BTM. Watching everyone try to find a real last minute play because they're not confident in their portfolio. This is all exchanges are called to support Turbo Day, September 6th. Don't forget it. I think that's next Friday. Turbo Day is drawing very near. Are you ready to scoop up more turbo? Toad is ready. Load the toad. Let's go. So this is what's up, Manny. Minnesota's in the house. Okay. Let me know where you guys are from. Everyone else in the chat, go ahead and drop your locations. This is first generation AI meme coin. Doc's founder and team, 69 billion total supply. All coins in circulation, 100% community owned and truly decentralized. Official Turbo NFTs got caught up there. 100% unruggable. Turbo has been screened and has absolutely zero security risks. Turbo, run it back. Shout out to King Turbo. And this is the Turbo Toad. The value is what we make it. But with Turbo, built in 59 billion in sacrifice and scarcity, 69 billion of scarcity, all in circulation. It's more so than any printing that's churning out money. Our community grows, so does the value. Let's go. Guess what? I'm back. And this is the Screaming Toad in the process of transforming what a meme coin community is, driven by a common goal of financial freedom and uniting to achieve this through partnerships, collaboration, utilizing AI to further enhance the Turbo brand. 9/6, September 6th, Turbo Day. Turbo turn up. So let's get back to the rewind. Beam me up, Scotty. It's Turbo Day on September 6th. I don't know if you guys are getting the hype for Turbo Day. Let me know where you're from. Give me the shout outs in the chat. Join the Turbo Revolution by listing Turbo before or even better on September 6th, Turbo Day. Turbo, list the toad, load the toad. Let's go. So let's look at the bubbles. So hits up 15.3, Turbo's down 7.9, Beams down 3.1, Organized down 7.4, Ladies down 8.7, Arrows down 7.5. Book of Memes is down 5.8. Book of Memes didn't take off. I don't know what happened there. Brett's down 5.4. FTT is down 6.2. Dog with a Hat is down 2.9. Mog's down 11.1. Cat with a Hat's down 9.9. Bonk is down 5.4. Uniswap 4.8. Blur's down 0.9. Luna's down 8. Meki is down. Is it Mikey? 13. Lithium is up 14.5. And I did get my lithium miner, so I'm going to do some lithium later in the show. And we'll check that as well. And I'll get that video up tomorrow. This is my second cycle. Was fortunate to find SHIB in early days, but was too skeptical since it was not on any exchange. And I did made the mistake of not taking profits round trip to zero. Shout out to Porna for letting us know that. I definitely understand because I definitely missed out on some money myself holding too long. So that brings you to Timmy actually has a video he talks about that. Feel we are pretty early on Turbo because we are. Turbo is currently 35,473 holders. Let's go. OKX is still 48 million. Uphold 45 million. Guys, 32 million. So they're still accumulating, actually. Gate Isles 13.4. BitGet's 13.1. BitGet is climbing. Mexi is 10.4. Crypto.com 5.6. And these are addresses. Let's freaking go. Turbo, turbo, turbo. Just tuned in. Loving the community. Thank you, Swift. So this is currently 0041. Market cap 265.5 million. So the market cap slipped back again. For the day, we're down 1.24. Let me see before we get into the video. Let's check the trader view. Actually, Kaspa is down 8.2 for the day. I'm tripping. So this is Kaspa's trader view. for turbo. Turbo turn up. Turbo, turbo, turbo. So 15-minute chart. It looks like turbo is building volume actually. 4-hour chart. Okay, that was weird. So turbo is actually down and losing volume on the 4-hour chart. Check the hour chart. Yeah, volume's down. Looks like it hit Friday. And RSI has been coming down. Actually, RSI is way down. MACD cross. Looks like there's another MACD crossing. What's up, Pip? So there might be some up at some point, right? See the MACD here? And we'll look at the DEX tools real quick. Come on. Even I put the freaking link in, still went to the wrong. Let's see, turbo. So this is the DEX tools down 7.8. Looks like there's some buying going on. We'll check the whale activity for the day. I think a whale sold earlier. Yeah, what's it? 20 yesterday. 29,000. 6.5 million turbo. And 24, 3.4, 3.2 million, and 3.9. So not a lot of whale activity, just one sold today. And we'll look at all activity. Mainly shrimp and fish buying in. Close out the deck tool. So I'm gonna play this video. This guy prediction. I love how this guy says 1 million. Make sure we get the volume up so you guys can hear this. On. I swear this thing has a line of its own. Let me see here. Oh wow, that's weird. Let's see now if it comes on. I'll have to go with this.
What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Hope you're doing well. Gonna go over turbo. Excuse the mess, as I mentioned in the last video. I just switched to Airbnbs, so I'm still getting organized and tad bit lazy today. So we're gonna look at turbo. We're sitting at 0.004377. We're down 3.2 on the day. See market cap 281 million. 24-hour volume is 54 million. So if we look at the chart,
that part kills me every time. 284 million.
Off the low at 0.0029, we pushed up in a wave 1, we pulled back in a 2. So now we're looking to push up in a wave 3. That would take you up to 0.0063. Now, as you can see, you already have a 5-wave move. 1, 2, there's your 3, there's your 4, there's your 5. And now we're pulling back. So what you can do, take a fib retracement from the bottom of that impulse to the top, and you can target. Right now we're sitting at the golden ratio, between the golden ratio and the 78.6 for a bounce. If the 78.6 breaks, it increases the likelihood of coming down and breaking. Oh, no, that's wrong. It's supposed to be right here. So you have 1, 2. Yeah, my apologies, guys. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So yeah, we're just sitting underneath the 50%. So it looks like we're going to come down to either the golden ratio or the 7.6. Of course, you can bounce from here. This is the target zone. If the 78.6% breaks, it increases the likelihood of coming down and breaking that low. But as of right now, I do think the higher likelihood is you're going to bounce from the zone, could offer a nice long entry opportunity. If you see a bounce off one of these areas, you can wait for the 50% level to break and then take your entry to ride it up in the wave 3. But I do think very good chance that that plays out. If 0.0040 has a clear break, it increases the likelihood of breaking that low. That's how Elliott wave theory works. And of course, if we zoom out quickly, it's been following our analysis beautifully. Wave 1 to the upside off the bottom here. Wave 2 pullback, and then you're looking to push up in that wave 3, which gives us a target right around 0.02. Which is the 1.618 extension, which is normal for a wave 3. So that's what we're looking at for our friend Turbo. Nice to see some movement off these lows here, bruh. So you'll look for a bounce from that target zone, and then basically you'll push up in that larger wave 3. We already measured it out. It has a target of 0.00636. If you want completely free access to my Forex signals as well as my daily crypto analysis, all you have.
So he mentioned here from 0.006 to a 0.02 or a 0.19. So what do you guys think about that as a price prediction? And this is Timmy. Timmy's talking about possible sales. I think Pona mentioned it earlier about the what's up, Art? Let's go. Turbo, turn up. Continue to hold, guys. Diamond hands.
From people, I'm going to start cashing out when it hits 25 cents. I'm going to cash out when it hits 50 cents. And I want to help you guys to avoid that pitfall, because it could very well be a pitfall. And so I am going to be giving my key profit taking point. And you have to remember that you have to take this almost with a grain of salt. You can adjust your percentages, the percent that you will be taking out when it hits these points that I make mention of. You do not have to do it exactly the way I do it. And this is all subject to change, because we do not know how fast and how much Turbo is going to rip. So you have to keep all of that in mind. And so, guys, my first and most, I believe this is the most important profit-taking point, is at a 5-cent Turbo. And I have to make mention, guys, Turbo is currently trading at 0.0043. It's under a half a penny, and it is at a $278 million market cap, guys. This is a great entry. If you haven't gotten in on Turbo, you might want to pack your bags a little bit on this play, because right now is a very attractive price for Turbo. So we're going to be going from there. So should Turbo hit, which I believe it will, that 5-cent range, I will be taking 20% of my Turbo off the table. It will be an 11x at that point, and that will be a $3 million market cap. I believe it could very well and most likely will hit that price point, and so 20% off the table. So at that point, my Turbo holdings will be worth $100,000, and I will be taking $20,000 off the table, and at that, I could breathe a little bit, because I will at that point be taking a 5x of my initial investment. I will be securing some profits, and now I can breathe a little bit. So we continue to monitor Turbo, see where the price action goes. Now, when Turbo hits 10 cents, okay, that would be a 23x. That would be a $6 billion market cap. I believe that is in the cards for Turbo. At that point, I will be taking another 20% of my Turbo off the table. Nice profits secured into my bank account. My third key profit-taking point will be a 12.5 cent Turbo. That would be a 29x, and that would be a $8.1 billion market cap. I believe it certainly can and will hit that point, and I will be taking an additional 20% off the table at that point. So now we're doing well. We've got profits off to the side. So my next profit taking point is going to be a 15-cent Turbo, and I will be taking an additional 20% off the table. That would be a 34x from where we are currently at, and that would be a $9.5 billion market cap. And at that point, I will have 80% of my Turbo off the table, profits safely taken. And at that point, you could consider this to be a moon bag. We're going to see what it does at this point. We're going to see if it goes, above a $12 billion market cap, and it could very well go to that point. So at that point, guys, it's up to you. You might want to I was thinking of taking an additional 10% off the table when turbo hits 25 cents, and then I would still have another 10% to play with and make the greater gains. But the point that I am trying to highlight in this video is that you want to be conservative and humble. Humility is very important in life, not only in just everyday life. You don't have to win every argument. You want to be a humble person, but with profits, I would rather make humble profits than not make profits at all, because if you hold your bags, guys, you could do what is called round tripping your bags. The price could skyrocket, people could sell in mass, and you could wind up at loss. And that is the last thing that I would want for myself, and it is also the last thing I would want for you guys. So that's all I have on turbo, on my profit taking strategy. Once again,
Yeah, that's just a strategy. Summertime. Shout out to Summertime and Bernard. Yeah, definitely have a price point. I'm probably not going to take it around his price point, especially since he's already told me what his price points he's taking it at. But I will take profit early on, as he says, just to secure the original investment. And then I'm going to keep some around for maybe that 20 cent, 25 cent, or possibly 50 cent mark. But I'm definitely taking some profit early on just to make sure I secure the initial investment, right? It's about investing. I love turbo, but I'm in it to build generational wealth, right? Trying to rebuild my community. So let's go to Rose price prediction. And it actually just came out. So it's just like a live video, I guess.
Family, hope you guys are having a beautiful and a very blessed day. My name is Ro, new to the channel where we usually cover turbo every single day, and doing it consecutively for like the past 4 months now. And if you're one of those people who bought back in March when I was talking about turbo, you'd still be up over 20x regardless of what the market is doing right now. So again, I try to help you guys make a bag in this bull run. We're going to be taking a deep dive into turbo token. If you're new, my name is Ro. I cover the latest, greatest crypto content. Try to help you guys make some money in this bull cycle. Listen, I tried to do it alone in 2017. And if you guys want a video about some of the biggest lessons that I learned, let me know. I will make some videos on that, and not just covering crypto every single day. Maybe some mindset stuff. I made a tier listing, like cryptos in different tiers list, and that was the first video I dropped today. Let me know what you guys' thoughts were on that. Again, thank you also for 5,000 subscribers. I couldn't be more joyful. I couldn't be more thankful and grateful for everyone that supports me. Thank you guys. Praise God for the opportunity, and I'm super humbled to have this privilege to make these videos and just bring you guys content like this. So please subscribe, hit the like button. I just appreciate everything you guys do. With that being said, let's take a look at turbo now. Not a lot of advancements, but if anything, we kind of had a pullback. But again, okay, do not be fearful. Don't worry. These are all normal, right? We're just starting the week. It looks like the weekends for some reason are always just more bullish than the week. Every time we go into a weekend, it seems like we have this run up Friday, Saturday, have a pullback on Sunday coming into Monday. And the whole purpose of that of the pump to the upside was because of the Fed rate that, there was rumors of it that they might potentially be cut in September. Again, it's not confirmed. No one knows for sure until the day it happens what the Fed is going to come out and say, right? So again, don't just bank on that, on the fact that, hey, these are going to be cut, so let me load my bag now. No, you just need to take a look at the overall market sentiment. Look, the thing is, Bitcoin top comes in 500 to 550 days after every Bitcoin halving. And if the Bitcoin halving was 2024 April, 2025 August, September, October time is when you want to be taking a look aggressively to withdraw money from the markets, right? I'm not saying that within that time, we can't have insane run-ups in these markets. We definitely could. And that's why I tell you guys, don't just leave these markets. Be proactive. Do your own due diligence. Review your holdings every single day if you could, right? Now, you might be asking me, bro, why are you coming out with turbo videos? There's not much to do. There's not much movements in the market, but I'm doing it because of the community. Look, I love you guys. I'm not going to stop posting turbo content because turbo for me is one of my biggest bags and it's something that I'm holding. And I've given you guys my price predictions for it already. Maybe we'll take another look at it towards the end of this video. Um, but I'm really here to encourage you guys that, during times like this, when it's hard, when we lose motivation, these are the times that you want to potentially be buying or just holding on to your bags, right? These are the times that you want to do more research on your tokens. If you have money on the sidelines, maybe, it's time to kind of pump those into the markets. It's time to go into those cash reserves. And I'm not saying that, use the money that you have saved up for rent to buy into these markets or use the money that you have saved for a down payment. Obviously, don't do that. These are meme coins, and crypto is a very risky asset class at the end of the day, right? You need to understand that it's probably the most simple way to make money online nowadays, crypto, but it's also that doesn't mean that it's easy, right? Because you need to be able to weather these things mentally, and when you see these dumps in the market, you need to be mentally strong in order to weather that, and that's something that comes with making money. Again, no one that made six figures or $1 million in these markets or just in general ever had it easy. There was always ups and downs that they had to come over or that they had to overcome. And it's the same way with crypto, right? The Bible talks about planting a seed and then
We're currently
reaping
sitting at
those
two
rewards when it
zeros
comes time to harvest.
44,
Now, guys, in the
down
crypto markets, it's still
2.16%,
not time to harvest yet. If anything, right now is the prime time to be
pretty
planting
much
your
flat.
seed. Okay, we're trading at a 2 zeros 4 1 2 3 currently, and again, this is a good opportunity because we're having that pullback into a demand area, right? There's a lot of buying pressure here. This is a great opportunity to buy back into the markets because you guys know where Turbo is heading. If you don't, I'm telling you, Turbo is going to be one of the best meme coins. Okay, the
So I was looking at this video. Let me see what this guy's talking about. We'll come back to Row real quick. It's a little quick 4-minute video talking about Turbo. We will be rich. See what he's saying.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We are talking about the one and only Turbo again today. I love talking about this coin because I am so damn bullish on this project. I'm so bullish on this meme coin right here. We're currently sitting at 2 zeros 44, down 2.16%, pretty much flat, nothing crazy in the last day. And then last week we're up actually 8%. So, that's nice to see. And then of course in the 1 month chart we're down 23%, down from a level of 2059. And this coin right here, man, like I've said in my other videos, you guys know how bullish I am on this. This is a meme coin for anybody that's new out there. There's no utility, it's just pure hype. This coin is the first coin created by ChatGPT. It was created by Rep Mankind with a budget of $69. He basically put into ChatGPT, make me a meme coin with a budget of $69. And this is what ChatGPT came up with. So not only is this coin a meme coin and it's in the meme coin space, but it is also technically in the AI space. And we've seen in the past year that the AI sector has been very hot. It has cooled down as of late, but I do believe that this sector will pop off once again once altcoin season comes around. And that's pretty much what we're waiting for, right? I mean, the good thing is about this coin is that it's at a $200 million market cap. So it's a small enough market cap where it could, you know, blow up even in the bear, or sorry, not in the bear market, but even if Bitcoin is trading sideways or even if Bitcoin is going down, a lot of people like to put their money into meme coins and have them push up. So this coin definitely is at a level where it could still do that. But of course, we're still waiting for that altcoin season because that's when we will see this coin really shine, in my opinion. The circulating supply, 93% in circulation. That is great. And of course, the circulating supply, the max supply, very small for a meme coin. 69 billion total supply. That is like unheard of for a meme coin. And I do believe that this coin will be the Shiba Inu of this bull cycle. We remember, those of you that were in the 2021 bull run, we remember that Shiba Inu went crazy. It came out of nowhere. It was the quote unquote Dogecoin killer. I believe that's gonna happen, but I do like Shiba. It's a good coin as well, but I don't think it's gonna surpass Dogecoin. I don't think it's gonna be the Dogecoin killer, but it still has done very well for itself regardless, right? It's gone from a relatively unknown coin that just came out of nowhere, and now it's sitting in the top 20. So you can't disregard that, and I think the same is in the cards for Turbo can be that coin that will pretty much lead all meme coins, all the new meme coins, and pretty much take the space by storm. I think this coin will surprise a lot of people, man. So if you are sleeping on this coin, not financial advice, of course, but I suggest you go ahead and look into this because it's very, very bullish. And we just got to keep waiting this out. I'm personally looking if this coin gets down to like the twos, 20s, 20 around there. I might consider buying even more turbo. Like I said, I'm super bullish on this project, and like I said, man, if this wants to stay.
So definitely like the enthusiasm, but I don't think it's going back down to 202, homie. But as you see, more and more people are climbing into the turbo toe community, trying to rebuild the community. Turbo turn up. Let's go. Let's go. It's turbo turn up time. Remember, turbo, turbo, turbo. So we'll go back to row, and then we're going to look at some Alethium.
Narrative behind it. It's under the AI and meme coin category on Coin Market Cap. It's going to draw a lot of attention to it when crypto becomes a little bit more mainstream. The tokenomics behind it is also very good. The backstory of it sets it apart from any other crypto that I hold. And also, it's a meme coin with a docs developer. The team is one of the best, marketing, proactive, come out with announcements, come out with collaborations, exchange listings every single week. And these guys are super bullish, right? They never, the thing about them is that even though the market might be down or the market's moving sideways, they still come out with new posts. They're very proactive, and that's why I love these guys. And again, oh, I didn't mean to click that. If you see here, the market right now came back to this demand area. We did blow by it because of what I said, right? The market speculation about rates being cut, and now we kind of drop back against that same level. And hopefully, guys, we act as a strong demand area here and we pump back up to the upside. That would be the ideal situation. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it all just depends on how Bitcoin decides to move. Because Bitcoin itself did have a pullback to 62.9. Fear and greed index right now is at a 54. Just a quick life hack for you guys when it comes to crypto investing. Your fear and greed index is probably going to be one of the best indicators because market psychology is everything in this space. Okay. So when it comes down to fear or extreme fear, buy up aggressively. And when it comes to greed, extreme greed, um, can factor that into your exit strategy. Okay, I've never made a video on an exit strategy, but if that's something that you guys want, I'll definitely come out with that. But when we get to the time where it's like greedy or extreme greed, these are times you want to keep an eye on your holdings and be like, okay, what is the market sentiment right now? Are my coworkers asking me about crypto? Because if that's the case, if if your grandma's asking you about crypto, if your barber's asking you, might want to sell your bags and get out of these markets. Now, I always tell you guys, if you're a holder of Turbo or any meme coin, follow them on Twitter so you stay up to date with all the news that is coming out for them. And like I said before, September 6th, guys, is going to be Turbo Day. Springfield's caught the Turbo bug, and I'm leading the charge with my lucky red headband and shades. Join the Turbo Day September 6th. We're going to make crypto history, or at least have a lot of fun. Who should we drag into Turbo-tastic movement next? Comment below. Again, guys, this is just a day filled of fun. We're going to be buying, we're going to be tweeting aggressively about Turbo. We encourage you guys September 6th to load up your bags with Turbo token, because what you want to do is, if you are a holder of Turbo, you want to do your due diligence as part of the community to spread the news about Turbo. You don't want to have that cult-like community for any good meme coin, because when people buy into meme coins, they're not buying into utility, they're buying into a good community. And that's
So definitely help get the word out about Turbo Day, September 6th. Turbo, 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 turbo turn up time. Let's go. So actually, I wanted to play this about Alethium real quick. Just something to think about. Not saying sell your turbo bags or sell your Kaspa, but I think Alethium is going to be big. And I got the Alethium unboxing video I'm going to put out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that.
Segue into the conversation of, is Alethium the next Kaspa? And so there's kind of two things really to talk about. One is the project, just, will it explode like we saw Kaspa? And two is, will miners follow suit, and kind of our expectations with the current miners as of right now. So let's talk Alethium here. So at the highest level possible with that statement, do you believe Alethium is going to be the next Kaspa? And you don't know anything more than anyone else does. You don't have a magic 8-ball, but just based off of your thoughts and feelings. Today's video is sponsored by the team over at asicmarketplace.com. With crypto mining hardware prices dropping, it's critical to find it below via the link in this video.
Into both projects.
You know what nobody talks about when it comes to building a content creator business? That if you're not using a tool like Honeybook to stay organized.
Into both projects, pretty deeply, and they are different enough where I feel like Alephium is a great project. I think you can be very successful mining it. I mined it with GPUs, and I did buy some kind of like the same thing I did with Kaspa. The tokenomics are different. There's there was a pre-sale. There was like 14% of the Genesis block goes towards different things like that. So the tokenomics aren't like as squeaky clean as Kaspa's with their fair launch and everything like that. But I do think that being early on Alephium, we have enough time where we can mine before, if you believe in the cycles and the way bull runs tend to play out, I do feel like you can mine a pretty good amount of Alephium, since there isn't that much hardware out there yet. We are only at 3 petahash last I checked for the hash rate on Alephium. It has doubled in the last month, just like Kaspa. So there is some heavy duty equipment coming out at, the AL1 and all that. We can talk about that in a minute, I'm sure. But with tokenomics being different from Kaspa, the emission schedule being different from Kaspa, I don't feel like it's the next Kaspa. It's scalable, but we're talking right now like 16 blocks per second versus 1 block per second. If Kaspa goes rusty, the rusty Kaspa that they're trying to work on, it'll be 10 blocks per second. And if we get KRC 20, that changes the game too. Then we're going to get, fees and things like that on top of what we're mining. So, and the timing's just different. Kaspa, we had plenty of time to mine before potentially the next bull run. So I just feel like I do think Alephium's a good project, really good project. I just don't feel like it is the next Kaspa. I feel like Kaspa is very unique in the way it solves the trilemma. It's just a different animal, not a bad animal. Both are really great projects, but a different animal than Kaspa for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had, we've had our opportunities with Alethium. We've gone through the different avenues. We've seen FPGA miners and such. And, now we've kind of caught up to the point where, everybody is hoping that Alethium is next Kaspa. I think we as home miners tend to grab onto these projects as they start to take off in that hopes, and I think, right now we kind of have two models that stick out. I should say 4, but it's really the AL0 coming out of Ice River, which is so funny because it literally, the form factor is the same as the home miners we've seen out of Ice River with the KS0 up to the Ultra. And then on the other side of the spectrum, completely other side of the spectrum, we have a massive monster with the AL1. Now, in between, we've kind of had these gold bells, the AL box and the AL box 2. So we'll jump into the Ice River and the Bitmain in a second. But what have been your thoughts on these units? Have you purchased these gold shells, and what are your thoughts on the AL box and the AL box 2 at this point?
I was hesitant to get the gold shell miners because the price was, in my opinion, a little high for a box miner. And
you could be honest. You could say way high.
It was way high. You're right. You're 100% right. Thank you.
You're not hurting any feelings. You're not hurting any feelings.
Exactly. No hard feelings, gold shell. But I mean, almost $7,000 for a mini box miner tells me almost automatically that like I'm a little hesitant to get into something with that kind of cash with
in a small box miner, because if a small box miner like that is out, somebody else is working on something massive, and that hash per cache just doesn't add up once the AL1 came out and the AL0 from Ice River. If you look at the hash rate for the amount of money you're spending, the efficiency, the AL0 is more in line with what the AL1 is capable of. And unfortunately, Gold Shell is kind of in the middle. It's not quite as efficient. Now, if I had one right now, I'd be very happy, but I wouldn't be happy if I spent $7,000 on one. I would take one for a lot less money. I'd love to have one. I want to mine lithium too, but just not with that price point. It's just a different stage in the game too. I would want the efficient miner, and I didn't want to spend 32,000 on the AL1. So I did get an AL0. So I have actually 2 AL0s coming.
Awesome. Yeah, the Gold Shells, very much, it's tough because you look at Gold Shell, and Gold Shell's demographic traditionally has been home miners, right? That's who they're appealing to. And then we see these units come out that the profitability is through the roof, which is awesome. I mean, kudos to Gold Shell for getting out a lithium hardware early. They were out before anybody, and significantly. I think the challenge is that we naturally align Gold Shell as home miners. That's the demographic. And then you have a unit come out that is nowhere near kind of that home miner. Anything below $1,000 is what I always kind of look at for, like, oh, this is targeted for a home miner. I think it makes sense. I think it's within the world of acceptability and risk for most home miners. But the Gold Shells were just absolutely overpriced. And then the hard part is that we have learned now, especially with a lot of these Kaspa miners and lithium miners coming out of Gold Shell, is they're always overpriced, and within a month they've dropped down significantly. I mean, look at the Kaspa ones; those cut down so freaking fast. I mean, it's tough because do you go in on that investment? So I totally understand. So taking a step now into what I think is going to be the more norm is the AL0. Right now goes for $7.99 based off of where we are right now. And those actually, I believe, have started shipping.
The AL0s actually did start shipping. Got mine yesterday, so I'm doing an unboxing video, and I'll get that out tomorrow. So tune in for that. But let me know what you guys think. You think mining a lithium is a good idea or a bad idea? Just want to see your thoughts about it. This is the AL1 at 34,000. Definitely not. This is the Bitmain AL1. That's AL1 Pro and AL1 31,000 for 24 months at a 21-cent electric. And currently it is at almost $2. So I think it's going to pass the $2 mark. This is the Ice River AL0, which is only, this says $1,000, but like you said, they're about 700. I guess they're reseller, and the resellers are jacking the price up. But it is 15.6 terahash and 16.6 for the big boy, the AL1 and the AL1 Pro. AL0 is only 400, and like you said, it's probably cheaper to buy 2 of these than to buy one Gold Shell. And Gold Shell is notorious for jacking the prices. Oh my gosh. But let's get back to this video and see what the hobbyist is saying. So let me know what you think about the content and the lithium miners.
Or at least are there. What are your thoughts on the price point? Because you talked about a lot to hash to price ratio. What are your thoughts on that for the AL0?
I feel like they're in a fair price range because I was looking at the efficiency, and I was looking at the cost of the hash rate against the big boy AL1, and I was not expecting it to be anywhere close. I was expecting the AL1 to kind of crush it because that kind of money you'd expect like way more efficiency. But I was very surprised actually to see that the AL0 was like really close in that range. So I'm impressed with the AL0. But you and I have both seen with the small KS0 Pro, KS0 Ultra, we're just chasing our own tails. Like there's always another one that comes out, the hash rate goes up, then we overclock them, then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, it's not taking a lot of wattage, so I don't mind letting it run at 100 watts, off, on a shelf somewhere. But at some point, it does seem like, like you're mining such a small amount that you have to kind of scale up. And I'm hoping that sometime soon, someone will come out with a middle range that's a reasonable price, and maybe it'll be Ice River, maybe it'll be somebody else. They had, Gold Shell had the Echo for the Kaspa basic launch, and I was kind of hoping they kind of teased and made it seem like.
Yeah, I hope that Ice River does come out with that mid-range miner, because at this profitability point, currently it is almost $2, and it went up 13.4. And I suspect it's going to keep going up as these miners turn on, right? For some reason, when they are selling miners or shipping new miners, the price always trickles up. So I don't know if it's these guys buying it to keep the price up to sell more miners, or if just the impact on the other fact is there, right? The other parts factor in. I don't know anything about mining other than it's expensive to get into. I'm not comfortable with spending that kind of money to get into something I don't understand. Noted art. But yeah, you're definitely right. It's definitely expensive to get into, but we're looking at the yield value. If it is possible to make a good profit on this yield, and you don't have to get into it, but we can definitely research, right? Talk about the price. Currently, it's up 12%, 22% in the last 7 days. And the market cap's actually low, which is weird because this market cap is only, well, max supply is only a billion. So, yeah, this price is going to go through the roof at 162 million market cap. It is still early on, right? So, no, nobody's saying to invest in it. Art, just giving you some other perspectives on the mining side.
Like they're going to launch a
Yeah,
Kaspa
didn't they?
and
Didn't they?
Alephium. They tagged Kaspa and Alephium, and I even did a video where I was like, yeah, so maybe a Kaspa miner and an Alephium miner are going to be coming out there somewhere in the middle that have, takes a little more wattage, but you feel like you're getting somewhere, by stacking more Alephium. So I really would like a middle of the range one. I don't want to spend 32 grand on the AL1. I like that these smaller miners decentralize the network, of course, like the AL0. That's affordable for a normal person for the most part. If they want to get into mining, it's a great little miner to learn on, but you're not going to get rich off that thing. It's good to practice on. And if you want to keep stacking Alephium, get a couple of them and just let it go and support the network. They're great for that. But if you really want to get serious, you have to kind of have a little bit more hash rate than just that 400 gigahash, because I feel like in a few months that 400 gigahash isn't going to get the job done anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for getting in early and being first. And I mean, for those individuals that did elect to go with the AL1, I think that they're going to make a pretty good amount of money off of that. Looking at the AL0, as you had mentioned, yeah, I agree with you. Right now, it's making several dollars a day, $7 to $8 a day, let's say at a 10-cent electric rate. But when you're talking about 100 watts, you're not really too concerned on what your electric rate is. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be great to get into it. I think what I tell people about that miner is like, think where it is now and think about maybe 1/4 of that in the next few months. Like, it's going to drop. Absolutely. We really don't know. I mean, Alethium is definitely the Wild West at this point, especially when we only really have a handful of miners out there. So looking on the flip side then at the AL1, you said you didn't buy it versus when Kaspa first announced with Ice River on their ASIC, and what was that price point for the AL1 when that first dropped? Do you remember?
The AL1 was like, isn't it like 32?
I'm sorry, the KS1.
The KS1.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Yeah. What was that when you first got into that one?
It was 16,000 for the KS1, and then there was import duties and stuff like that. So really the all-in price, it's a little higher than that, but it was 16,000 for the KS1. It was 1,800 for the KS0. So I took the risk on that.
So what were your thoughts on? So then the AL1, what made you elect not to pull the trigger on that guy and purchase that one when the pre-orders were going down?
I just felt like the timing of it and just where we're at in this, like in the possible cycle, I just didn't feel like I'd be able to get everything back out of that I wanted. The asymmetric bet with the KS1 and the KS0 for me was, we didn't know if Ice River was real, and I was in a different place too. Like I had just made some pretty good money off of making some moves like after the FTX collapse. So I was like, there, supposedly, we had a lot more time before the next bull run if you believe in the cycle. So I just thought the timing of this, the emission schedule being aggressive, like I know it's like they're going to be kicking out a lot of Kaspa. When I got that KS1, I think it was 220 Kaspa per block, and now I think in the next month it's dropping to 87. So I knew that if you got in early with Kaspa, like you would probably do pretty well, because the emission schedule is like very generous at the beginning to try and decentralize the amount of Kaspa that was going out to miners. So I just felt like that bet was a better bet at that time than this $32,000 bet would be at this time. Just timing and the way the protocols and the tokenomics of each project are kind of like written in stone. Like I just felt like I just couldn't pull the trigger on a $32,000 miner for the way I kind of think it might play out. And I could be wrong. Yeah. I could be kicking myself a year from now. People are cashing in, doing videos like I've been doing on the KS1. They'll be doing the AL1 videos, and I'll be like, I told Greater Good, you should have bought that miner.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's definitely a gamble. I mean, I think going back just within the last few weeks, the AL1 was well over $500, and now it's down to 322. Just looking at it real quick. So, but it could fluctuate. We could see, very easily, lithium's price is down right now. We could see the market rebound, and then we're kicking ourselves. Absolutely. I think it's a gamble. So, rumor has it that we will see Ice River coming out with their ASIC miners, their kind of version of the 5L or the 5M, or they could call it the 3 series, whatever they want to call it. Is that something that you think would be more likely to step into just based off of price, or what are your thoughts?
I feel like I could get into a miner like that instead of the $32,000 one. And I feel like by then maybe it's like either you got to be first or you have to kind of watch. Like, and I wasn't first. I didn't order the first round of the big boy. I have AL zeros on their way, but I just feel like I could bite off a smaller like chunk if I could get a less expensive miner, because I do feel like Alephium, like I said, like I feel like it's a good project. I do think it's probably going to get legs, and the market cap's so low right now. It's like only 133 million when I looked earlier today. There's opportunity there. There is for sure, and if it plays out similarly to, I don't want to say like that it's similar to Cadena, but if it plays out like that, we could have a pretty good run up from 133 million. If it hit like the market cap of Cadena in the peak of the last bull run, I think they were 3.5 billion total market cap at that all-time high. If it got to that point, you'd be talking about like $45 Alephium instead of $1.50 like today. So, I mean, that's like almost like a 40x. It's like a 40x. That's nothing to, that's not like a small money you're talking about. You could do really well. But I just feel like where I'm at in the cycle and where I'm at, like with my own finances, I just didn't want to do the 32 grand. I could bite off like a smaller miner. I could handle that.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the same boat. Looking at things, I have the AL0 on the way. That'll get me in there as well as provide some content for the community. But then on top of that, yeah, I think I'm in the same boat where I'd be looking at what mid-level Ice River, what Ice River models are coming out that are their full-size ASICs. I mean, look how many models Ice River came out with just for Kaspa. So there's lots of opportunity here. It's really interesting that they've kind of only come out with the AL1 and that they haven't really said anything about these other ones yet. Maybe they're waiting for kind of some strategic moves. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. I think a lot of people are holding off, like you and I, where we're just like, okay, well, maybe there's a 1, 2, and 3 coming out, or their 5L or their 5M version. So I think that'll be really exciting. So last thoughts and comments on just message to the community on the risk of treating Alethium like Kaspa.
And that's a great question, because that's my concern. People that are watching this play out are, if they're not like deeply educated in both protocols, they might just assume that it's going to work out like Kaspa for them. Kaspa is kind of like a first mover with this like proof of work that is scalable. And even if Alephium is a great project, it's got smart contracts, it's built well. It might not play out the same because there's so much hype behind Kaspa, and there's big companies like Marathon, like big names, like talking about it. It's got first mover advantage and proof of work. If it gets those smart contracts before the next bull run, you could say that maybe Alephium might just kind of maybe get left behind. Like maybe if Kaspa can do everything that Alephium could do, maybe people would just go towards Kaspa, to build on. I know that Rust is an easier program to build on than Alephium's got their own unique, like programming. So I just feel like do your research, do deep research on both protocols, and watch what the tokenomics are of each protocol that you get into, because you could even go further down the line and talk about Radiant, because there's like we could speculate about Radiant's 6, that might be.
Yeah, we've heard about that too. Yeah.
So just if you're gonna plunk that kind of money down, make sure you very deeply look into the project and look at like past performance of other projects too. Like, but keep in mind they're not all the same. And Kaspa is definitely different from Alephium. I don't feel like Alephium is the next Kaspa. Alephium's, Kaspa's Kaspa. You can do well with both, but just know what you're getting yourself into before you dive in.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a smart. I think it's feel free to take a risk, but take a small risk. As we talked about with like the AL0 for our home miners, the AL1 is definitely a bigger risk. I've been talking with several different people with some consulting calls on looking to go this route, because their heart starts at going with Bitcoin, and then they see something like the AL1, like, well, can I just take this and, flip it to Bitcoin? And you absolutely can. I mean, the profitability is there, but you have a massive upfront capital expense getting into that. And we don't know, as we said, it's $322 a day the AL1 is making right now. And next week that could go, let's say Alethium all of a sudden skyrockets as these AL1s start coming out. Man, now you're sitting pretty and you're looking awesome, but it's just very risky. And so it may benefit many of you. Many of you may take that risk and it may pay off. But we hate to see someone over leverage themselves on this unit and then all of a sudden turn around and 6 months from now, you're like, I'm making $50 a day on something that cost me $30,000 to $40,000. And so there's definitely that risk there. So I think our final messaging to the community on, is Alethium the next Kaspa? The answer is no. But I think the underlining comment there is, we really don't know. And we don't know what we don't know. And so I think it's something that we need to step into and be careful about. So that being said, greater good.
So I definitely agree with him. It's not financial advice, but Alethium definitely not Kaspa. But I did take a risk on a KL0. But again, I'm definitely not recommending anybody pay $34,000 for a Bitmain miner, even though it does make, what did you say? $300 a day, but I would definitely not risk it, because what if the revenue does dip, as he mentioned? Because it was at, I want to say it was at 100,000, and it's already down. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Just a little something to think about, a little something to tickle your brain with. This is BTM, right? This is Black Tiger Miner. So I'm just giving you some mining information, right? Just some other things to think about, but just continue to hold turbo and get ready for September 6th with the turbo turn up time. Just trying to rebuild the community. And let me see here. I think we finished Roe and Timmy. Shout out to Roe and Timmy. And the price prediction from Invest and Trade with Zap. Actually, with Jason or Jax, or I guess I'm not sure. But I don't want to hold you too long. Just doing an hour tonight. Trying to keep it down to 1 hour. So thank you for your support. Thanks for joining, and let me know in the comments what you think about the lithium miner. But either way it go, this is Black Tiger Miner signing out. Get some rest, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, or it's Texas time. But just cutting the video down. But let me know what you guys think about the content. Either way, I'll see you tomorrow night with more Turbo Turn Up Time. Peace out. And remember, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous.